say. He got the word from Racing Bulls. They will be retaining him for 2026. He's back on the grid next year. Used 3 sets of softs in Q1. That meant he only had 1 set for Yuki Tsunoda at Red Bull next year. He's getting the graduation. This rookie has had a stellar season, 16 Q3 appearances, and currently sitting in the top 10 in points. He's only 3. Charles Leclerc up here in P5, struggling with this Ferrari. It looks just such a handful all throughout qualifying, and he even said for him, it was more a function of just surviving, and that in the last 8 weekends, that is what has given them this surge to be back in championship contention. And even though his experience in title deciders is going to be an advantage, tonight is going to be anything but straight.
Yeah, I think, whatever happened, it's a sensational season. It's a season that should go to the history book. The guys should be proud in Milton Keynes here for the turnaround they have done. We haven't seen that.
You, and they are thrilled for you as an individual, as team principal of Red Bull. So thank you and well done to you as well. Thank you so much. We'll let you go. He's got another media interview waiting just there. All right, we're going to hear... Yuki Tsunoda, what part will he play today? The atmosphere is ramping up here on the grid. So how is it in the grandstands, Tom Deacon?
Tonight, you're about to witness a driver have the greatest day of their career. For Oscar Piastri, this is the chance to be his nation's 3rd world champion. For Max, 58 laps await us at round 24 of the championship. It is Decider Day with 3 drivers. Carlos Sainz on the podium at the last Grand Prix, Oliver Bearman in 11th place. And then it's Yuki Tsunoda. What part could he play today?
The sun is still pretty bright. We've got another half an hour before they'll be racing under the lights, but so much depends on this launch to the first corner.
Jolien, what are you looking out for in the early stages?
I just don't think this is going to be a normal race.
Welcome to the 32nd title decider in Formula One history. It is a 3-way fight for the crown. We're on to the formation lap. Max Verstappen has been...
Yesterday that's what they might do. They've got 2 cars at the front and they would use them both. But Oscar there is trying to mirror Yuki and have another chance to get ahead of Max Verstappen. And did you see he was ahead of Lando Norris out of turn 1 on the formation lap as well?
We see Max Verstappen using his experience, bringing the field round reasonably slowly. He doesn't want to be sitting on the grid for too long. He is in that pole position spot right now.
The temperature is 31 degrees. The track temperature is 31 degrees, the air temperature is 26. Everyone's standing in the grandstand in front of us. It all comes down to this. In the toe as we make our way down to the first really big opportunity for overtaking on this opening lap. And it's side by side between the 2 McLarens. Lando Norris has the inside line.
If he gets ahead of Verstappen, this could be his.
He sat in the press conference on Thursday and looked at the floor when he was asked about team orders. He is still fighting for his own champion.
Later in this Grand Prix, but he's putting himself under pressure.
He is in 13th place as Lando Norris tucks in. He's not miles away, Charles Leclerc, from the driver who needs that 3rd place to win the title.
Yeah, it does feel like George
Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, George Russell, Gabriel Bortoleto, Isaac Hadjar, Esteban Ocon and Yuki Tsunoda. Lewis Hamilton is looking to try and claim a 4th position.
Yeah, he'll be hoping that Lando drops back from the back of Piastri. He'll be getting a distant slipstream. We saw the power of that in qualifying with Yuki Tsunoda giving Max Verstappen.
Breaks away.
Back to the start of the Grand Prix. Lando Norris at this point in 2nd place.
Russell went nowhere, did he? Off the line, started slaloming to try and block Fernando.
Yeah, well spotted. And at the front, Max realised that his initial launch wasn't that good. So
it's on board with George Russell, who lost a couple of places off the line.
Yeah, just bogged down there initially, and you could hear the rear axle tramping. So that felt like it was maybe a bit of clutch deployment. It was almost like there wasn't enough RPM on it.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like initially, the bog, but then on a hard time knowing he goes long, as we see Charles Leclerc peel a tear off, staring at the back of Lando and closing in once again.
Yeah, and this is the danger zone. If he can get off...
Yeah, Charles Leclerc last year finished 3rd from 19th on the grid. He's never won around here, and neither have Ferrari, but he's finished on the podium here in the last 3 seasons.
So, message to Lando Norris. They've asked Oscar and Max GP Red Bull will be looking at this and quite enjoying what they're seeing.
Well, this will be telling to see whether the McLaren can suddenly light it up and build a gap to the Ferrari of the Grand Prix for Lando Norris, who did respond immediately to the hurry-up from the team. So McLaren running pace to try and manage the rubber, and then as soon as they needs something to happen to Lando Norris to ensure that he's not on the podium, he's going to win the title tonight.
I thought he might be backing up the field a lot more at this stage, especially when you see how hungry Leclerc is for the move on Norris. Max is kind of allowing McLaren to pick the...
McLaren believe that has begun the Pirellis of Max Verstappen.
So if Tsunoda's going to be any use, Red Bull need to keep him within the pit stop window of the McLarens. That's 21 seconds around here for a pit stop. So at the moment he is well within that, 14 seconds.
And the final corners in Sao Paulo and all that. 2008, Lewis Hamilton, the last time a McLaren driver won the Formula One World Championship.
So here's the question, Julian. It's been so long since I won a championship, I can't remember, but I wonder if Lando at any point...
46, that deal announced in the week before the start of the Grand Prix. Yuki Tsunoda giving Max Verstappen a tow at this corner yesterday in qualifying, but not on the second run where Verstappen was able to improve again. Left-hand side of your picture, Charles Leclerc trying to chase down the McLaren.
And it's all happening a bit late here, isn't it, when his DRS comes into effect. It's just isn't enough braking into that corner. Normally you wouldn't see overtakes there unless you're Oscar Piastri.
To pick it up and go again, so that'll be a sort of 1 second reprieve for McLaren. Russell was a few seconds back from Leclerc, so do Ferrari now cover off Russell, and do McLaren cover off Leclerc, and we're out but don't receive Norris, and Leclerc stays out as well, so neither of them reacting to Russell.
Yeah, you can do that a couple of times, and teams do the bluff, as you say, but you can't systematically.
Pressure, so he should be covering off Russell. There goes Antonelli, and Russell is still behind.
Yeah, that's Antonelli in the Mercedes, not George Russell in the Mercedes. And Lando Norris and McLaren clearing another hurdle in this Grand Prix.
Oscar, do you think we can do Plan A? Thoughts on Plan A?
He was 26 seconds behind the race-leading Max Verstappen at the start, and now it's in the middle of the traffic for Lando.
First not moving under braking, I don't know what it is. Literally as I brake to move.
In turns 13 and 14.
So I have to say, I think this has worked out pretty well for Norris at the moment. Two of the big rivals who might have got ahead have been covered off in the first round of pit stops. They've pitted early enough that you wonder if the hard will go.
He's finding them, track position for Lando Norris, and another exam question answered in his quest to be the Formula One World Champion.
Lawson will get DRS to potentially have a go back. For fireworks when you see that coming ahead of you, but they all came through cleanly just about. Leclerc's now on the back of Stroll for another should be easy move. They both have DRS.
Yep, down the back straight there.
Got to make sure he covers him off, and when they get to their pit stop, Max is just hanging on, doing a good job on his medium tyres. The graining's not got the better of him just yet. Needs to make sure that that Oscar's not in a position to undercut. Starting on the hard tyres, it's unlikely he's going to switch.
I don't think Yuki's going to have much defence.
I know what to do, so leave to me is the response for Yuki Tsunoda. Lando Norris will know.
Well,
this is the circuit where Yuki Tsunoda has scored his best ever result in Formula One. 2021, he was 4th and a couple of tenths of a second away from a Formula One podium. Said he rued the fact he didn't get a full